And now it's time for another Meeple Madness review with your host, Taylor Underwood.
Hey everybody, and welcome to a Meeple Madness review. Today, we're going to be talking about Ruk-Shuck. That's right, Ruk-Shuck. This is a dexterity-based game from 1 to 5 players, ages 8 and up, and takes about 10 to 30 minutes to play. It's an interesting game, so let's open it up, look at the components, and see what's inside. Alright, so here's Ruk-Shuck. Let's take a look inside. Here we have a bag of rocks. We'll get to those in a minute. We have a nice little timer here. Of course, within a game, we have a rulebook. This rulebook is actually one page, and you really only need the front page. There's a very Hasbro-esque score sheet for each player to take care of their points. And, of course, the most important part, the cards. And they have the points of the different types of rocks on the right-hand side, from white being 1 point, all the way up to the gold rocks being worth 5 points. Then it also has the difficulty level on the bottom left side. This difficulty level is a level 8, meaning that it's pretty much impossible. Then I show you where the rock should go. So you have 2 white rocks, a blue, flat, and so on. Now let's turn attention to the rocks. Since the game is all about rocks, we should probably find out what they are. Each player gets 2 flat gray rocks. These are worth 1 point in each formation, and each rock is slightly different. We have white rocks. These are blue rocks. Blue rocks are worth 2 points, as well as they can get double points during the game. Now, if you notice, there are 2 different shades of blue, and it's the lighter shade that throws you off, because there's a third type of rock, the purple rock. This is a purple rock. The purple rocks are worth 4 points, and they're also double points if you put them in the right location. Now, if we put a purple rock and a blue rock next to each other, you can tell that the shading between the two are very similar, leaving the only difference between them to be the actual shape of the rock themselves. The last 2 types of rock are green and gold. We got a good assortment of rocks, a good timer. The cards are interesting, but here's one thing that I have wrong with the cards. The cards do not show the rocks very well. They portray every single rock to be the exact same shape, when in fact they are not. This is very misleading, and the first time I played this game, this actually became quite annoying. So now let's take you through the game and see how it actually plays. So now it's time to see how the game plays. I have my 2 flat rocks ready, and I need to draw 7 rocks out of this bag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Great. After each player has their 7 rocks, plus their 2 flat ones, one player flips over the card. This will determine what we're going to build. So here's 2 white rocks, a flat rock, a purple rock, flat rock, green and white. And then we flip over the timer and try to do it as quickly as we can. So there's 2 white rocks, flat rock. I have a purple rock, which is great because I can put that in the right location to make sure that that rock gets double points. Then it's time for a flat rock. If I can figure out how it works. Nope, come on. What if I put it that way? Can I put a rock on top of you if I put you that way? I don't know, we'll find out. Okay, now my time is running out, and I can't do it, so I'm going to cut my losses. And I'm going to stick with that. After the timer runs out, you count up how many rocks you have standing, and what they are with the scoring on the card. Remember, white rocks are worth 1, purple rocks are worth 4, I have 3 white rocks, so that's 3 points. Now I have a purple rock, which is worth 4 points, and it's in the right location, so that's a double. So that means that this one rock is worth 8 points. So 8, 9, 10, I have 11 points overall. You get rid of that card. You get rid of the 7 rocks. And you play another round. You get 7 new rocks. 2, 4, 6, 7. And you flip over another card. Timer. And you build that one. Now play continues in the same manner. Getting rid of 7 rocks, drawing 7 rocks, flipping over a card, and building it before the timer runs out until you complete every single rock formation or you reach 150 points. Alright, let's wrap up. What is good and what is bad about Ruk-Shuck? Well, the good part is that it's a pretty easy game to learn. You learn it in about 5 minutes and it plays from 10 to 30 minutes depending on how many people you have and how many cards you want to do. Another good pro to it is, one, it's cheap. Also, it's small, can fit on the shelf very easily, can be packed around wherever you go. Another good pro about it is that it is great for kids. If you have kids that like Jenga, that like Operation, dexterity-based games, and usually kids around 10 to 8, somewhere in that range, and if they love a dexterity game, Ruk-Shuck will be the most difficult and the most fun dexterity game that they will play. There are, however, some serious cons, some of which I've already talked about. The shade of blue and the shade of purple being very similar, that's annoying. As well as the cards not representing the rocks accurately is another bad thing about the game. Something that's very fixable, but they didn't actually fix. Also, the lone player, the single player version of this game, it's boring. It really is boring. You do one card and you're already sick of it. So I would recommend trying to get as much human interaction involved as you can. Now, truly, what you want to know, is this fun? Is Ruk-Shuck a game that I should buy and put it on my shelf? If you are only playing games with adults, no. This is not an adult game. Unless you are really into dexterity games, then go for it. But really, if you have kids, this is a good game for kids, about 8 to 10, that are already into dexterity games. As an adult, it's boring. It's not that fun, and there are better filler games out there. Overall, as far as an adult game goes, I would rate it 2 out of 5 meeples. So it's okay. It's not the worst game I played, but there's a lot of better ones out there. Now, as far as a kid's game goes, and by kids, I mean that 8 to 10 range, this game is about 3.5 meeples. It's a good game. Kids, awesome. Look it up. Go get it. If you're just playing with adults, you can find a better one. Thanks for watching another Meeple Madness review. Feel free to like, to share, and to comment as much as you like. And until next time, I will see you at the game table. Should I just come out like this and just do it? You know, remember, never stick a rock up your nose. Until next time. I can't believe kids do that. Oh, that hurts.